Since we're going to be moving out of the tent real soon, we bought a very cheap shed to store our stuff, an 8x12 shed. Our boat is moving from in here to right over there. You can see all the stuff piled up that's got to be moved. But next to that, we're going to put in an 8x12 shed. This was just the cheapest one I possibly could find, which means that there's about 8 million parts to put together. We have a little over 600 screws that need to go into this thing. Parts on parts on parts. We'll get this thing put together, and it's going to give us a nice secure area to store our stuff. Kind of excited to actually get this thing together and see what it looks like.
Not only are we not liking this heat as we work outside in full sunshine again, around 90 degrees, is that like 32, 33? Yeah, here's our GoPro that we were filming on, and not only did it overheat and stop, I tried to pull the battery out and the little tab broke off, so now it is literally stuck in there, and so I can't get it out. I can't use this anymore. We have it mostly built right now, and it's time to turn it around, so we brought Alex and Nathan over to give us a hand, just because we kind of need it for an app toward the water.
Yeah. We'll square it up real quick.
We got pretty close to finishing that shed yesterday, although it was so hot all day, sun was just blazing down on us. All of our cameras kept overheating and shutting off, so near the end of the day I just didn't even bother with it. We still have the door left to do, but here's how she's looking so far. Yeah, not too bad of a structure. We'll still hopefully be able to get a table in there to do like 4x8 sheets, but the roof has come together. These are all the pieces that we still have left, so not too much.
Which shouldn't take long at all. And then we got to go through and just put a bunch more screws in and actually tighten a lot of these things down too. Some of them we left loose because the way the thing kind of racks from side to side, we want to make sure we get it fully built. Then we'll go through and tighten it all.
Just gonna get these in the little side holes. You can see those just running along the midsection of this whole thing. Door construction.
While it's high.
But got all the mid bolts through.
Yeah, my question is going to be how watertight the structure is. It's going to be interesting to
Lots of important things to store in here.
Yeah, my plan was to store the fiberglass in here, but
I think we're going to have to like test it out
we'll
first.
at least have to put some plastic over it to keep that dry.
So many tools and just products that we've been keeping under the boat. It's time to make a move with them. Of course, this will not be the permanent place, but our shed is now together. Got it all closed up with the doors. Nice 8x12 space. Eventually we'll just move it somewhere over there. We have to like level out a spot for it. But yeah, not too bad. Should be able to fit a lot of our stuff in here. Pretty happy for like $375. Last week we started the task of building out what will be our cockpit doors from Nitacor, building up layers of fiberglass in the exterior, as well as adding strips of unidirectional fiberglass to the sides. Now that the first one is complete, Matt is ready to follow these same steps on the next 2 doors. What he's working on today is decoring the top edge of the door to be able to add 2 sections of 1/2-inch aluminum bar stock, where the bolts will go in to be able to attach the door to the slider.
To booze their best, learn to contrast. We're out of time. You're a power battery, so don't get in line. No, starter, come on, start a riot. When they love you, much no fake, fake, or even hate. It's a lot to right paralysis, your state at the gate. It's a lot to take in as design, but no, we don't wait. Don't be scared when the wave paralyzes your state at the gate. Don't get in line. No. You're a power battery. Power. You were born free. Oh, so don't get in line. Starter, come on, start a riot. They love you too much, no fake, fake, or even hate. Don't be scared when the wave paralyzes your state at the gate. No, 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 it's a lot to take in. It's the sign to know it will go right. Don't be scared when the wave.
Oh, so much dust everywhere. The top of the track for the door is going to be this anodized aluminum piece. For the bottom section, wanted something that was going to blend in more with the step. What I did is I milled down some high density plastic. You can see kind of the shape, probably. It's going to blend in a little bit. Ended up polishing it out to about 2000 grit. So hopefully it doesn't get dirty and stay dirty. We're able to clean it. But the door itself is going to be riding on either side of this with bearings on the lower part to hold in place. Just right now, kind of putting this in there. I have this piece to wedge in. With those 2 things combined, I know that this piece is going to be straight. So now I'm going to go through, drill each one of these points that I have. If you remember a long, long time ago, before we put this beam actually in, I put aluminum on the back and glass that. Actually use a Bacrolite on the bottom of that to hold it into place. That is going to be my backing pad. That will be tapped and each one of these screws will then be driven through. Right now we're not putting any sealant in this because I'm going to be able to take this on and off as we're getting all this stuff done. As I go through and paint all these surfaces, get everything set. But I want to make sure that I have it pre-drilled, all ready to go.
Cool.
if you look underneath here, can you see the little keyhole? See the hole?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so they have it drilled with a keyhole slot. And what that allows me to do then is put the studs in, put the machine screws in place, and then I'll be able to slide it into position and clamp it back down. So the good news with that is I don't have to have this in place right now. I just have to get the screws in there, and then I can close this whole thing up, glass everything, do all the other stuff to it. And one of my final things before the door goes in place will be just putting that in and tightening it. So easier. We'll get this side done, then start on the other side, get all the tracks in place, and then you can see now where that center door will be. It's going to go from here to its equal side over on this side, and then that will just flip up in the middle.
Carver is gone. They're making space for us. Alex is on some kind of tractor getting the space cleared because we are going to have to come out to where that pole is and then like back in. It's going to be interesting. Little by little, it's getting cleared up and ready for us. Unfortunately for the guys moving things around the yard to prepare, the next few days will be full of rain and side effects from Tropical Storm Debbie, which could put a delay on us moving out. Rain is just a little bit in the tent today. See how hard it's pouring outside. Massive storm clouds moving up. But in here, we are exposed. Our tool chest area getting rained on. Our steps getting rained on. Steps to the catamaran. Just pouring water running down. Too much longer anyway.
You can see in here actually where that aluminum plate is. Again, that's a 1/2 inch piece of aluminum about this big, large enough that the mount will stick right to it. This is a 1024 tap, which fits the piece that we have. I've been working up the drill sizes. Make sure that we get this right. Can't believe we did this 2,000 times on elements to hold the interior in place. All those little furring strips, all that interior was held in with machine screws just like this. Luckily that was about 1/8 of an inch thick pieces of frame that we were drilling into versus this 1/2 inch. So it made much easier, and we were actually able to use a drill tap all in one thing in that. So for this I've broken one tap in there and one tap in here, so I get that pleasure of trying to drill those things out later. For the time being, just to kind of get this thing trimmed up and in place, we will just use 3 screws. Everything's dusty.
Everything's dusty. We got 1, we got 2, 3 and 4 slide it in.
Yippers.
Awesome.
Okay. So there's only 4 screws actually supporting that door. We may end up just adding another 2 or so, just to give us feels.
Okay, it's in.
Sweet. So these bolts are not stainless, so we gotta switch that over. For some reason, everything else is. That is not. Don't know why they did that, but whatever. Get that position, the thing should just slide in there.
In theory.
In theory. So I've got this, we'll set it kind of loose for now. What eventually will happen, we'll have a trim piece that will go over the top. Oh, that's fun. We'll have a trim piece that goes over the top of this and covers all of that. So then we don't have to worry about rain getting in there, of course, but we also, it's a little bit more secure, actually be able to cover all this type of stuff. So that will be eventually a thing that we'll do. Right now, we're just going to temporarily put the door in place. It's overly long. I haven't cut it to the correct height yet. So we'll get that up there. We can mark that just to make sure we get it all completely level and kind of go from there. Yeah, we're at that stage now where everything is so close to being finished, and we haven't, since we don't have the paint on yet, we haven't put any of the protective surfaces to cover any of it. It's all very vulnerable, and I am doing nothing
Matt
but
just
hitting
dropped
into
the
every single
screwdriver
thing.
and it like ping ponged
Yeah.
down the steps. Oh wait, your cord.
Slightly. So, we don't stop on it yet, Ivy. Where's the other?
Oh my gosh, there's a door!
There's the door.
There's the door.
It doesn't slide yet because it is not turned down at the bottom and it's hanging way down.
But you can see where it slides into the pocket slot there.
In theory, it would do that. It was a proper height, but
But we're on our way.
we're on our way. Then if you look from the inside, you can kind of see how much of an overlap. I went cautious on the overlap here. So it's about 1.5 inches. So this will be incredibly strong if we ever do take a big wave or anything in here. You know, it presses. So this has to be very strong. But down here, it's going to press against this beam here and make for
Very secure.
very secure surface. Yeah, I mean, this has no support on it yet at this point, and it's not moving anywhere.